Hey everyone, welcome back to Samplers with Blue. I'm so happy you're here for floss tube number 5. Grab your stitching, pour yourself a cup of coffee or tea, and let's settle in for some stitchy chat. See the progress on Dorcas Haynes by the Scarlet Letter. Again, just for anyone who is brand new, I'm working on my own custom color conversion that is based off of the Attic's 1700s conversion. I am stitching this on 48 count legacy linen March Pain with SWA 103 silks. In my picture from last week, you can see that I did the first section and am working my way towards that second band with the thistles and the carnations. And this week I have progressed even further along on that second section, almost done, getting to a point where I can start the third section, which I'm very excited about. So I just have to work on this this coming week, and I do have to get to frogging this. As you can all see, I really am avoiding frogging, but I will have to do it. We all have to frog. That's just the nature of our lives with this counted needlework and the stitching that we do. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. The next one that I want to share with you is Mary Wallace by Cross Stitch Antiques. As a reminder, stitching this on 48 count legacy linen March Pain with SWA 103s silks. I am using the called for materials that were provided by the Attic. So as you can see, last week this is my progress where I was last week, and let's see where I am today. So as you can see, I completed the blue P right here. I worked on the U and I started on the V. I went further into the orange band over here. I added some more to this band of blue, and I started on this basket, and I think that's it. That's all that I did. So yeah. All right, so last week I was talking about the progress that I made on United We Stand. I am stitching this on 37 count legacy linen. Don't remember the name of the linen, the color. Using mostly called for threads, except for a few colors that I have changed. You know me, I gotta change some colors. I gotta make some tweaks here and there. So that's where I was last week, and let's see where I am this week. So you can see that I did fill in over here this flower. I started to fill in over here. I started to fill in this flower. I added some of these leaves throughout. I think this one was there, but this one was brand new. These leaves are brand new. And yeah, I added this whole component over here. So I think I have till here to stitch to finish it, but it does take a while, you know, to finish it. And when it fills in, it just absolutely looks gorgeous. So I'm happy to see progress on this, and I'm grateful to you guys because of this floss tube, it's making me accountable, and it's making me, you know, continue to stitch. So thank you guys. Last time I showed you all my new start, which was Merry Little Christmas by Shakespeare Peddlers. also known as Teresa Bennett. I am stitching this on Newcastle linen, 40 count in light mocha as the color. I'm using my own selection of overdyed silks from my stash. That is using Classic Colorworks, Cascade House from Australia, and Dinky Dyes. Not much from it from last week. As you can see, I completed the H and the U, and I started on the O. And this is where I am this week. So there's a little bit more going on. I started the A, worked a lot more on this second word over here. I put in the cardinal and the Christmas bauble and some of these snowflakes. So you know, it's starting to look like something closer to the picture. So there's some progress. And then these are the, let me put them on here. These are the silks that I'm using. So you can see it's just going to be really beautiful palette, I think, with this linen. So that's where I am. That's where I am today on this. That's it for my whips that I'm currently working on. I have a lot of whips, but I'm just not ready to get back to them at this time for one reason or another. I did stop working on them. Either I'm not happy. Mostly I'm actually not happy with the colors that I'm stitching with for one reason or another. I will probably in the future show you some of my other work that is on hold or on pause, but this is where I'm mostly focused on right now. But I do have a new start that I want to share with you guys. I'm excited about this one as I get excited about all of my new starts. Here it goes. All right, I told you that I told you that last week I purchased the Stacy Nash Animal Cracker Christmas cookie for the Jingle Ball 2025. And this is the one that I started, is this little Ginger. She's such a cute little mouse. Oh my goodness. So here is my start, you guys. I don't know if you could see that. Nope. Can you see it? Yes. Okay. I couldn't see it. Let me zoom in just a little bit more. All right, so guess what this is? This is the ear of the sweet mouse. Okay, so I'm stitching this on Fiber on a Whim on 40 count linen in the color Hibiscus. I'm using my own custom color conversion. Are you shocked by now? Since I didn't purchase the kit from Jingle Ball because I was too late in doing so. So again, I'm using floss and linen from Stash. Let me show you guys these colors. Hold on. So these are the, oh, you can't see that. So these are the colors that I'm going to be using for this little sweet animal cracker. And yeah, I just felt like these colors worked best with the linen choice. There are some colors that are called for, but I would say 3 colors are called for, and the rest are my color selections based on this specific linen that I'm using. if you were lucky enough to get the kit from Stacy Nash, then yours is gonna look pretty much, should look pretty much like the sweet little image that's in this photo. But since I don't have this linen, I have my own, so I had to go with my own selections for the floss. And yeah, but yeah, this is the year that I did. You can see it. Look at this little ear. Oh my gosh, how cute. How cute is this little mouse gonna be? Oh my gosh, I am so excited. And she's got a little pouch over here. Oh, and her little skates. Oh my goodness. And I think she's holding a gingerbread house. It is so cute. It's so cute, and her little whiskers. So yeah, this is my little progress on this little Christmas cracker. Yeah. So last time I promised to share an update on my 103 organization, and I've made some good progress. I picked up a few more of those tiny little plaques from Michael's that I mentioned previously and set them up with dividers so that I can organize my silks more neatly. I went through and sorted everything by color. Right now I've got 2 trays of blues, 1 of the greens, and also 1 of the yellows and the browns. That makes 4 trays of 103s that I started so far. I previously only showed you 2. Is eventually to have the full collection. One day I'll get there, but for now, this is where I'm at. I'm slowly building up my stash, and I can't wait until all of these trays are filled with even more of these gorgeous silks. Each tray is labeled to match my Excel file. You'll see over here, there's a number in the tray that will correspond to an Excel file, which I'm showing you. This file helps me keep track of what I have and where everything goes. I'll show you a peek right now so you can see how I'm cataloging each color family. I've set up 4 tabs, 1 for the blue-green family, 1 for the yellow, another for the reds, pinks, and purples, and the last one for the browns, grays, and blacks. Each tab lists the shades in the color family. Notes if I own that color, how many spools I have, and exactly which box or tray, as we call it, they're in. That way, whenever I need a specific color, I can find it right away without any guesswork. So this is my first tray right here, which has the spools of 103s of the blues. Then next we'll go to the more blue greens, and this is box number 2. And yeah, this is what I have so far. My next is the trays of the yellows and the browns. And this is what's in my collection right now. There's also, I should note that there are some of these spools I have in my collection, but they're not in here right now because they're currently being used on the whips that I'm working on, or they're kitted up for projects that I haven't even started yet. So my collection is a little bit bigger than what is showing now, but for those reasons, they are not in these trays. And then the last tray that I have is my reds, which you previously have seen. This is the most robust collection. I do tend to visually steer towards like the pinks and the reds. There's just very visually pleasing colors to me. But yeah, this is how I'm organizing them. And I hope that you guys find this interesting. I hope that you liked the Excel conversion that, the Excel organization that I showed you. And I need more of these matches because the matches helps to keep them from sliding around in the box. And then, yeah, this is the first box of 103. So, yeah, I'm on my way there to my collection. Let me know what you think of my organization in the comments below. This week, I want to share my absolute favorite stitch, the rice stitch. I first learned it while working on my very first sampler, Hannah Campbell by Hands Across the Sea. Fun fact, I started it on my birthday in 2023, making it my first birthday sampler for 2 years at the time. So I give myself some grace because there are things in this sampler that I do very differently right now. The rice stitch, as you see, was used in the lower half of the house on the sampler, and I absolutely loved the beautiful texture that it gave. So what is the rice stitch? It's basically a large double cross worked over 4x4 threads with 4 smaller crosses added at each corner. Usually, the smaller crosses are done in contrasting colors, creating a really gorgeous textured effect. I love stitching it because there's something so satisfying about the way the needle moves through the linen and how the texture builds up. A little bit of history about the rice stitch. It's also called the William and Mary stitch because it became popular during the joint reign of King William III and Queen Mary II in England, Scotland, and Ireland from 1689 to 1702. The stitch resembles scattered grains of rice, which is how it got its name, and it was commonly used in canvas work for chair seats, cushions, and fire screens. Now, a little bit history about William and Mary. Their era was heavily influenced by global expansion and Dutch, French, and Asian designs. William was from the Netherlands, and Mary was the daughter of King James II of England. Mary was William's first cousin. They were married on William's 27th birthday on November 4th. Mary was just 15 years old at the time. History remembers that she wrote to a friend at the time of her wedding, quote, "I must now tell you that I am the most unhappy creature on earth," end quote. She grew to love him eventually. Mary popularized collecting Dutch and Chinese porcelain, especially the blue and white pieces. Furniture and decorative arts from their time often featured tall, elegant proportions, something many attribute more to Mary, who herself was very tall at 5'11". Her husband was 5'6". William was born on November 4th, 1650, and was a pragmatic man. He helped establish the Bank of England and also promoted religious tolerance. Sadly, both of William's parents died from smallpox. His father died 8 days before he was born, and his mother died when he was just 10 years old. Mary, his wife, also died from smallpox when she was only 32 years old, and William never remarried. For those of us in America, you probably know or are familiar with William and Mary College in Virginia, founded in 1693 by a royal charter from King William III and Queen Mary II to provide local higher education for colonial young men. The trend at the time before this college's founding was for the elite young men to attend higher education in England. This was seen as the gold standard of classical education. So today we covered the rice stitch, its place in a beautiful 19th century Irish sampler, and finished with some fascinating history about William and Mary and their impact on the decorative arts, culture, and education. History is so fascinating for me. Let me know what your favorite stitch in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. All right, stitchy friends, that's going to wrap it up for floss tube number 5. Thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting, and of course for stitching along with me today. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments and I will get back to you. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. It really helps and means the world to me. Thanks again for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Happy stitching.